How's it going, everyone? And welcome back to Continues to Tick. Officially a few days from the beginning of April 2021 we are. And I must say, I'm looking forward to it. Although I tend to unconsciously live for the future, or live in the future naturally, I often catch myself not wanting time to pass as well, or pass quickly. There are times where I'd like to slow it down, if you will. However, 2020 has been so much of a rough year that I feel like the only way to get that bad 2020 taste out of my mouth is to just distance myself from last year as much as possible. And don't get me wrong, a lot of great things happened for me in 2020, despite the unforgivable mess of a year it was overall. First off, I'm still alive, right? Breathing, moving, and thinking, which is a blessing. But I was also able to take my family on our first ever nice big vacation trip that didn't include a typical hotel stay. So thank you, nursing career. I also reached working for the state for a year in 2020. So let's see, only about 19 or 24 more years to go. Woohoo. My girlfriend and I also got a puppy last year in 2020, which has greatly improved our life. And last year I even got my scheduled 1-year raise at work, despite a statewide California worker pay cut, which was nice. Most importantly still, I guess I should say, I got the idea to start this YouTube channel and to seriously begin the journey of trying to reach financial freedom early in my life by starting this dividend growth portfolio. All this to say, I'm happy to enter April, and I'm excited to continually distance myself from 2020 and hopefully the COVID pandemic. And the weather is beautiful outside here in California today. And well, that certainly helps too. Anyhow, I hope you guys are doing well. We continue to make progress on the dividend portfolio, getting the biggest single holding payout of over $30 this past week, which you will soon see. But also this YouTube channel. I continually say it, but it's true. I've been having a lot of fun here, and I continue to look ahead at what's to come, and I'm excited. So if you haven't done already, do please subscribe, as the journey of this YouTube channel or this dividend portfolio series is not stopping anytime soon. And we've hit a couple nice milestones so far, and I anticipate we'll continue to do so as time continues to tick. I like thinking of the future after all, and I see this channel there, and myself, excited for more. But before we get into the portfolio review, I wanted to take the time to share my thoughts on the slow grind that it is to grow a dividend portfolio. I wanted to point out I do have about $20,000 invested now, which I've been doing systematically over time, investing $500 every week. And sure, I have a decent percentage return overall, about 25 to 30%. Nothing special, especially when compared to investing for growth, but anything is something, right? But dividend investing is not sexy by any means. After all, with $20,000 invested, I'm only set to get about $620 from this portfolio in dividends if I were to stop today, stop investing, stopping the drip. My point in saying this is that investing for dividends is a journey. It's a process that takes time, maybe even a mindset. And similar to a lot of worthwhile things that simply just take time to bloom or take time to enjoy, such as practicing basketball to get into a good school, or maybe even the NBA, or practicing writing to one day write a novel that makes it to a film, or practicing a skill to get better to simply just be better than you were just a few years before. I can't think of many things in life where just simply consistency doesn't get you a better end result, as consistency leads to progress, and progress leads to a better result or results. Dividend investing is the same way. This journey builds a lot of character and patience, which helps a lot when placed into tough financial situations, sure. But patience is a huge key to life, especially considering how long of a game life is, or is supposed to be. I've learned many important things about myself and what matters most to me by starting this dividend journey. I've also learned that without patience, a game plan, and the boring process of executing, I wouldn't be here today with a $20,000 portfolio. And I'm looking forward to the time when I can say this exact thing, but with a $500,000 or even $1 million portfolio. And a big difference between then and now is simply just time. Investing for dividends is a long game, just the same way I look at life. Fortunately, you need one for the other and vice versa, meaning both can also be done simultaneously. For me, I bought a ticket to begin this journey on July 20th of 2020. And although I don't know exactly when the trip will end, the good thing is, I happen to know exactly where it's headed. And with this all being said, let's go ahead now and move into the portfolio review for this week. So here we are in the Jesse's cash flow portfolio, my dividend portfolio. We've made a pretty substantial leap considering where we were in last week's video. I think in last week's video we were about $20,400. And this week we currently sit at $21,468. So pretty substantial leap, I would say, for sure. But But that's just the market. It goes up, it goes down, it stays sideways. It almost looks like it goes more up and down than it actually stays moving flat. So with the current portfolio size of about $21,400, this is with a return of 30% and a total market gain of $2,799. Of this gain, $247 is from dividends, the way it's calculated here on M1 Finance, and the market gain is $2,551. And this is from the all-time charts. Considering we made a pretty good leap this last week was a pretty good week, as you can see here. We had a total return of 2.55%, which equated to a total gain of $531. So not bad. If we go out to the monthly chart, you can kind of see here where it was kind of trying to go down, and then it trended up, and then it tried to go down, and it went back up. And the market moves weird like that. That's why for my own sanity, I try not to time it. I just try to stay systematic with my game plan and just invest when I can and just do that for years to come and utilize time the best way I can. Because my mindset is, as long as I do that, I'm making progress. And progress leads to results, as I was saying earlier. And as I continue to document this, we'll continually see how this game plan ends up. And I'm pretty excited and pretty curious myself, and I'm looking forward to it. If I take you down here, switching back to the all-time, you can see the chart. I started this portfolio on July 20th of 2020, and systematically over time, $500 every week. We sit where we currently sit at $21,468. It's been a slow process, but it's been steady. I came up with a game plan and I've been executing since, and I haven't wavered. I've been consistent, and that's the one thing I could kind of hang my hat on so far in this young process of starting this dividend growth portfolio. But going down here, you can see I have my portfolio divided into a couple sectors: real estate, consumer staples, so on and so forth. If I was to take a look right now, it looks like the best performing sector is financials, followed by the ETF. And I think this ETF happens to be SPYDR, or SPIDER. Followed by industrials is doing pretty good. Energy is also doing fairly well. So interesting. But like I've said before in many videos, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial planner. There's a lot of great YouTube channels out there that do a lot of research, and they do a great job at explaining a lot of things in detail in terms of what to buy, what to sell, and things like that. But I try greatly to stay away from that. But if you're just curious and want to take a look and see what my portfolio consists of, there'll be a link just like M1 Finance does, and that will be down in the description box below. So just go ahead and click on that, and you can see everything that I'm holding in this Jesse's Cash Flow portfolio. Moving over to the activities for the week. If you guys saw my last week's video, we had a pretty good snowball. It was a $23 snowball last week, which was one of my biggest ones to date. And here we are this week, starting on March 24th, getting paid with a really big dividend payout. If I remember correctly, this is definitely my biggest dividend payout to date. But it kind of makes sense because it's actually from a high dividend ETF. It's the SPYD, which has actually been performing fairly well, as I showed you earlier. I'm pretty in the green on this one. Also on March 24th, we had the deposit like we always do of $500. And considering both of these happened on the same date, it looks like the SPYD dividend was not utilized on March 24th when it went to go funnel into the portfolio. As you can see here, we didn't even have a snowball on this date. It was just $498 out of the $500 deposit. But if we keep moving forward here, you can see here on March 25th, we got paid by my other ETF, which is the VIG, $7.33, which is a pretty big dividend payout. As you can see here on March 25th, we actually had another purchase, which included the SPYD dividend payout. So we funneled another $35 into the portfolio here. And technically, by technicality, we didn't have our big snowball here. But if we had the deposit with the SPYD, this would have been the biggest snowball we've had to date, of over $30 here. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see it. I mean, technically we can consider it, but I'll pass on it just to be fair. Moving forward still, you can see here on March 26th, we got paid by Waste Management, 58 cents. We also got paid by LMT, $1.65, and then Waste Management again. Unsure exactly why M1 Finance splits it, but if you happen to know why, definitely leave a comment down below. We also currently sit here with a cash balance of $9, so I do anticipate another pretty good sized snowball in next week's video. Like I was saying, there's a pretty substantial leap from last week to this week. It's about $1,000, but the market's going to do weird things. Look at Tesla. Always going to be a little salty about Tesla, but that's okay. I'm investing for dividends. I like the slow process, and I like making progress. I'm trying to utilize time as best that I can. And one of the best ways to do that is to just start investing when you're young. And when it comes to dividend investing, just invest when you can, while you can, and let time do the rest. As long as you stick to your game plan and let time pass by, and you invest week after week or month after month, stay systematic, execute on that game plan, you're going to have a fairly good result. And that's my thought process behind it all. And I'm documenting it here so far on this journey. And so far, it's been paying dividends. No pun intended, but it has been paying dividends. Anyways, I am rambling now, guys. I'm going to end this week's video here. Have a good upcoming week. I actually have Wednesday off because I work for the state. So a 4-day work week coming up for me, and I'm looking forward to it. Any extra day off that I can get, I will enjoy. And I hope you guys can enjoy this upcoming week as well. But I'm excited to see you guys on next week's video. Until then, take care. Peace.